Hi, this is copywriter Casey Demchek, and the most important real estate you have in your book marketing copy is your headlines. Make no doubt about it. You never want to waste that space. Throughout all the marketing materials you create for your book, your headlines are the most important space. And today I'm going to teach you a technique that's going to give your headlines more grab. And the way you do that is to form a nice tight connection between your headline and your first line of body copy. I call this mastering setups and payoffs. Your headline is the setup, and then the first line of body copy is the payoff to your setup, which is your headline. So we're going to learn today how to master setups and payoffs. This is a really cool technique to learn because when you learn how to utilize this technique and put it to work for you, you're going to grab and engage more potential book buyers. The more book buyers you engage with your marketing copy, the more books you're going to sell, and that's the name of the game. Also, when you sell a lot of books, you're going to make a bigger impact, help a lot more people, entertain a lot more people. So you always want to have really sharp marketing materials. You hear me talk a lot about the importance of headlines, but I'm going to teach you a technique right now. It's going to give your headlines a lot more grab. And again, it's called setups and payoffs. It's the connection between your headline and the first line of body copy that you write. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And to do that, we're going to go to my example board here. So let me share my screen. We'll get right into it. And again, so I'm going to tell you how to master headline setups and payoffs. This is a really cool technique. And if you can learn how to do this, and it's not that hard, it's going to make your book marketing copy much more engaging. And as I said, always remember that your headlines are the most important real estate in your book marketing copy. It doesn't matter whether you're writing your back cover copy, Amazon description, e-blast, your subject line would be your headline. All of your marketing materials, postcards, sales sheets, you want a killer headline and never waste that space, because it's always the first thing people see when they look at your book marketing copy, as in this example here, they see the headline. So you want to put a lot of work into your headlines, and you also want to have a nice tight connection between that your headline and the first line of body copy. We're going to get into how to do that. Here's the first example I want to show you. So this headline would be maybe a good headline for a healthcare book, something like that. Reverse your chronic pain without drugs. First line of body copy. You'll feel energized and rejuvenated when you can finally ditch your pain medications for good. Here's how you do it. So you see how that first line of copy flows right off of that headline. Let's look at that again. Reverse your chronic pain without drugs. You'll feel energized and rejuvenated when you can finally ditch your pain medications for good. Here's how you do it. That's a great way to engage people, especially when you can follow it up with, here's how you do it. Obviously, this would be a good example for a nonfiction book. But when people look at that headline and they bounce down for that moment to your body copy, you want to engage people. And if you can connect your headline and the first line of body copy in this manner, it's really going to help grab people and keep them engaged in your copy. I'm going to give you another example that would be good for a nonfiction book. This obviously would be for an investing book or a financial management book. 7 reasons why cash flow investing can set you free. Reason number 4 is something you can implement today. So you may want to jump to this part of the book first. Again, we're just going from that headline, and then that first line of copy is tightly connected to the headline. And this is a cool little technique you can use with nonfiction book, especially if you use reason why headlines or 7 reasons why or 7 things you should know, something like that. Use a little technique where you tease them up with, reason number 4 is something you can implement today. So you may want to jump to this part of the book first. That's telling people, hey, get the book, jump right to reason number 4. I've got something special for you. So this is kind of a little double technique I'm teaching you here. We're showing you how to create a nice little connection between that first line of body copy and your headline. But this is something cool you can do when you're using lists, again, like 7 reasons why or 5 things you should know. Kind of highlight a reason right away and tell people to jump to that tip first, that there's something really cool there that you're going to teach them. Okay, let's take a quick break here. You can get more free stuff from me. So I love giving you these weekly video tips. You can also go to my website and download my free ebook, 7 must-know copywriting secrets that sell more books. You can do that at caseydemchak.com/secrets. And I've got this link right down below in the YouTube description. Click that, bounce on over to my website, download this free ebook. That would be great. And while you're clicking down into the description, you may as well subscribe to my channel, hit the alert button, all that stuff, and you'll be notified when new videos come out every week. Let's get into a couple more examples of setups and payoffs. This is one here. This could be a nonfiction book, but it could also be a novel too. But so I wanted to give you a couple more novel type examples of how you can use setups and payoffs. I got arrested in the most dangerous places on earth. That's an intriguing headline. Forget what you've heard about the depravity of U.S. prisons. I've been in shackles and chains in insect-infested cells in North Korea and Iran. So that's a real grabber. Again, we have a nice engaging headline that might get people interested. They bounce down into the body copy, and there's a very tight connection between that headline and the first line of body copy. Again, setup, payoff. This is just a really cool technique to use to get people, to grab people and then keep them reading your copy. If you have an opening like this, and and you've got an intriguing sentence, I've been in shackles and chains and infested cells. Infested cells is what it should be in North Korea and Iran. You're going to grab people with that and they're going to keep reading. So I got a typo there. Does happen. Okay, here's another one that could be used for a novel. Could you find yourself rooting for a con artist? If you were stealing from people you despise, maybe you could. What does this say about the lurid thoughts hidden in the darkest corners of your mind? Again, a nice connection. I don't think I have any typos in this one. Nice connection between your headline and that first line of body copy. We roll right from this question headline, which is intriguing questions always make it for good headlines, especially I think with novels, but we roll right from that headline into this first line of body copy. There's a nice tight connection. And again, it grabs and engages people. We kind of start answering the question in the headline to some extent. So if you practice this technique, it's really going to help you. Again, it's really important to put a lot of work into your headline, but because the job of your headline is simply to grab people and make them want to know more about your book. So kind of what you want to do is get people to look at that headline, bounce down into the body copy. But once you get them into the body copy, you still have to keep them engaged. And a great way to do that is to work hard to make a nice connection between your headline and your first line of body copy. Again, we call this setups and payoffs. And this experience I'm giving you is based on the fact that I've written marketing copy for tons of books, including over 40 Amazon bestsellers. Here's just a little sampling of some of the books for which I've written marketing copy. So all the stuff I'm teaching you, I've from doing a lot of writing for authors, a lot of trial and error, and finding out what works and what doesn't. And I want to pass that along to you so you can write killer marketing copy for your book that's going to help you sell a lot of books. And you can do this. If you have the skills to write a book, you have the skills to write marketing copy for your book. You just have to learn some of the subtle nuances, the techniques, the inside tips like I've been giving you. And you'll be able to write really strong marketing copy that's going to give your book, it's going to grab a lot more readers, but it's also going to elevate your stature as an author, because when you have really well polished marketing copy, it makes you look better as an author. So I'm going to stop sharing. I hope this tip has been helpful for you today. If you learn how to master setups and payoffs, I think it's really going to help you a lot, and it's going to just make your headline treatments much more engaging. Now, got a few more videos lined up for you, so I encourage you to watch those as they come rolling through here on YouTube. Check them out, take some notes, and then take a lot of action and make things happen.